Hi, this is Professor Bob Arnold, welcoming you to COM 1311, or as I like to call it, Applied Human Communication Studies. Because everything you're going to learn in this course can be applied immediately to your family life, to your interactions with other people, to your work life. So we're going to be covering a lot of stuff from interpersonal communication to public speaking. A lot of people thought that this course was a public speaking class. Well, public speaking is certainly involved, but we're going to get into a lot of other topics. And to start with, we're going to be covering intrapersonal communication. That's communication that goes on within your own mind. And a lot of people have found out through scientific research that that chatter that goes on in your own mind many times is negative. And you're not going to really develop yourself in your work life and your personal life to the better without changing that to positive. And we're going to work on that this semester. After intrapersonal communication, we're going to be talking about interpersonal communication. That's a communication that happens between you and other people, a couple of other people, either your family, your friends, your colleagues at work. That's interpersonal communication. And then the next along the step is small group communication. It's called team building. And we're going to build a team actually in this course. Team building is actually one of the skills that most employers these days will want out of a college graduate. High on the list of skills that employers are looking for is team building and communication skills. You'll get both of those in this class. Aren't you lucky? And then after small group communication comes public speaking. It's kind of what I'm doing right here now. And most of our speaking is going to be what's called extemporaneous speaking. That's speaking kind of off the cuff with note cards and dressed professionally and just talking in a conversational tone, kind of like I'm doing again right here. You'll be doing that by the end of this first week. Yes, Sunday night by 11:30 is your actual time that you're going to need to present your first speech this Sunday night. Okay, so after public speaking, we'll get into some of the mediated communication. That's the stuff that goes on online, and these days it happens more often, of course, with us being homebound in our businesses or even businesses around the world. We get to do video conferencing more often than not right now, with everything from Skype to Microsoft Teams to Zoom. And in our e-learning course right here at UTD, we're going to be experiencing another video conferencing tool. It's called Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Collaborate is one of the tools that's available to you, and we'll be using it to kind of talk to one another at certain times during this semester. I'd like to kind of get together in a video conference once a week so we get to know one another, and you can ask questions if you have questions of me directly. Okay, we're going to be talking in this particular textbook, and this is the textbook that you'll be having to buy this week. It's called Communication in a Civil Society. And by the end of this week, you'll have completed the quiz on chapter 1 of this book. So it's very important that you get this book. You can get it either online in an ebook, or you can buy it directly from, let's say, an off-campus bookstore around UTD. Any way you can get it, please do so by this week, because we'll be using it this week in your speech toward the end of the week when you will be referring to some of the concepts included in this textbook. And this particular video you're watching right now is step number 1 in about 3 or 4 steps that you'll be doing this particular week. Step number 2 is reading my letter of introduction, my letter of welcome. That'll be step number 2. After you get finished with this video, go right on to e-learning and get onto that letter, okay? And then step number 3 is start here. You can click on that on e-learning on that page. and that'll bring you to the syllabus. I would definitely print off the syllabus that's on there. It's on a document. Speaking of printers, um, I would definitely have a well-working printer this semester because there'll be a lot of documents you'll have to print off and send to me, and those will be graded. So have stuff that you can print off. Have a good printer to use. And in that syllabus, you'll have to print that off and actually take a syllabus quiz before you can enter anything else into e-learning. That's right, the syllabus quiz has to be passed 100%, but you can take it as many times as you like. So that's the syllabus, and it's actually a contract between you and me and the UTD and the state of Texas. So read that contract very, very carefully. So after you pass the syllabus quiz, you'll be able to get on all of the other gadgets that are on e-learning. So you'll be able to then take the Chapter 1 quiz on Module 1. Every week you'll have a new module that'll show up on e-learning. Brand new module that'll tell the assignments for that particular week. This is an 11-week course, so there'll be 11 modules that'll show up each Monday morning. And most of the deadlines are Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Those are hard deadlines. This is not a self-paced course. Very important for you to remember. Not a self-paced course. It starts you to get on an online learning environment like this and take an online class, kick back and relax and get on there whenever you like. It's not going to happen this semester. If you don't complete those assignments by the assigned time, sometimes there's 2 deadlines during a particular week. If you don't get on them by the deadline, you get a 0 for that particular assignment. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. You're going to have to take a 0 for that if you don't complete it on time. So step number 3 is start here. You remember me saying that. That'll bring you up to the weekly learning modules. This week we have a Chapter 1, Models of Communication. That's the first chapter. And that is a lot of verbiage, a lot of terminology that we'll be using the entire rest of this semester. So make sure you get that terminology right in Chapter 1 and take the Chapter 1 quiz. You have 35 minutes to take each one of the 7 chapter quizzes this semester. 35 minutes to take that online quiz. And if you don't finish, you get a 0, unfortunately. So those quizzes are open book. But I wouldn't certainly just open your book and then press play on the chapter quizzes. I would definitely read the chapters and read the summaries at the end, and then take your chapter quiz, because those 35 minutes go by pretty fast. Your first speech is due this Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Now, you'll find all the information for that on the left side of the e-learning page, your main page. It says Major Assignments folder. That's where all your major assignments are on the left side of that main page in e-learning. Click on the speech of introduction. Read it very carefully. There's a lot of detail into that. So please read it very carefully. And then start preparing by viewing the videos and the articles included in that speech of introduction link. Now, speaking of videos and things like that, e-learning has a function that is called tracking. Tracking means I can track your movements and your playing of those videos and see when you've done that. I can actually see every time that you log on to e-learning. Gives me an opportunity to see if you're moving along okay. If I don't see you logging on very often, I'm going to contact you and find out if there's anything wrong. Certainly, I invite you to contact me if there's a problem at the earliest opportunity. Now, after you record your speech, how are you going to record your speech for this week? Okay, you're going to probably record it on your phone. Most students have a smartphone capable of recording, but you can do it either on your phone or on your computer if you have a laptop with a camera on it. But any way you do it, make sure that you know how to get your video from your phone, your video file from your phone to your laptop. And after it's on your laptop, you will post your video on an app that we have on e-learning called Box, B-O-X. Every student at UTD has a Box file. You'll be posting that to Box. All the descriptions, there's a video tutorial on how to post your video of your speech to Box. And that means when it's on Box, you'll have an opportunity to share that video with myself and with other students in the class. We'll have an opportunity to view your video and we'll comment on your video. You'll have the same opportunity with other students' videos too. So once you have your video on Box, you'll then be able to post it on the discussion board, the class discussion board, where it says post your video here. You'll be able to post it there so that everybody else can view the video, including myself, to be able to grade it. Remember, deadlines are non-negotiable. If you screw up and are late on a deadline, I can't help you out. Okay, the deadline's gone. You'll have to get a 0 on that particular assignment. So prepare early. If something is due on a Sunday, please just finish it up on a Friday so that you have a few days to maybe adjust some things and redo whatever you've done. Just give yourself a couple of days' time. Those deadlines are non-negotiable. And this is another thing that I need for you to remember. You must pass all speeches in order to pass this course. There are 4 speeches included in this summer semester course. And you must pass each one of them. You can't fluff off one of them and say, well, I've got good grades in all my other stuff that I'm doing this semester, so I can just disregard that one speech. Unfortunately, that'll fail you for the entire course. So please, you have to pass and record all your speeches. As far as my background goes, you can read about that in my welcome letter. I've got background in broadcasting and in advertising and marketing. I've taught in various colleges and universities in Texas for over 50 years. And I've been teaching at UTD for over 5 years now. So I've got plenty of background to help you out and make this really applied human communication for us. I'm looking forward to meeting you online. We'll try to meet with the Collaborate tool ultimately, okay? And I got to tell you that this entire course is a team project. You will see videos from Professor Karen Bainham and from Professor Larry Tanner. They're all in the speech communication department and have had a hand in putting this summer course all together. So you'll be seeing some videos from them too. But in the meantime, go on to my letter of welcome, and we'll see you in class, okay? Thanks a lot for viewing. Bye.